anticipation.
It's gotta be good.
If I get thrown out, I'll go live with my mom.
Mama, get off the males.
Welcome to the Real Estate and Chill podcast, the newest and coolest podcast. So tune in. Two experts discussing the real estate market. Loan officer James Chudley and associate real estate broker Kevin Iglesias. Beware, this is not another boring podcast. This right here is the shit you need to hear. Respectfully.
Welcome back to the newest episode of the Real Estate and Chill podcast. I'm your host, James Chowdhury from United Mortgage, here with
Kevin Iglesias, associate broker. Today is a very special episode. Why, James? Why?
All right, we have had so many questions about virtual real estate, NFTs, the Metaverse, all these different things going on. So you know what we did? We brought you somebody who knows all about it. The man who is one of my best friends since I was like 10 years old, and the person who introduced me to everything. The man right here, Brandon Sanchez. Brandon, introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Brandon. I'm into everything with digital assets. I graduated from USC with a minor in blockchain. I majored in business, but the minor's more important. Right now I'm full-time crypto.
Nice.
Happy to be here.
Yo, it's funny because in the beginning, I appreciate you always supporting me from the beginning with the podcast and everything. It's funny because you're the first person who's not real estate involved on the show. So thank you for coming on.
Of course.
Nice. So the questions. We have so many questions. One, what is an NFT? Oh, before that, how did you get into the NFT market? Or the cryptocurrency market as a whole? Like, when did you find out about it?
I found out about cryptocurrencies in 2017. First, it was just, I somehow heard about Bitcoin. I don't know where, but I saw it going up like $1,000 every week. And I just, like, my eyes were glued to it. And then eventually I just started pouring money into it. And then the market crashed. And then I realized, like, either I made a really stupid decision or it was a really good decision. And I decided to dive deep into the tech. And then after that, I was hooked. So I continued. I realized that this is probably the future. And then there were some classes at USC, went into those, figured that they were going to do a minor. So I just decided to take as many classes as I could on it and, read as much as I could and work as much as I could and invest everything that I could in there. So that's how I got into cryptocurrencies. NFTs, I got into that like before anyone has heard, before it was even a thing. Because my friend was an NFT artist, and I just supported him, so I bought some a while ago. But I didn't really pay too much attention to NFTs until a few months ago because I realized that the concept finally hit me. So now I buy a lot of NFTs. So
do you think? Well, first we got to keep it to the basics. So what is an NFT?
So an NFT. I mean, it kind of makes it easier if you think about the definition. So it's a non-fungible token. And what does non-fungible mean? So that's different from a fungible token, which is Bitcoin, which is Ethereum. So that means that every single coin is the same if it's fungible. So non-fungible means that every single one is different. So that's how it relates to a specific piece of art or, how everything is unique. And then since it's on Ethereum, there's a smart contract aspect to it. So that's how people add royalties. So every time it's traded, there's a certain percentage that goes back to the original artist.
Which is pretty crazy.
It's good for artists, which is why
they're getting 2.5% of every single transaction of every single
more
NFT
like 5
or whatever.
Yeah,
whatever it is. Every single purchase, they get a percentage. Realtor could get commission off of every single house that they sell. They're getting commission. Basically, it's a royalty commission, whatever you want to call it, on every single transaction that happens from that. So it's very interesting to see. In terms of, being in the NFT market, a big thing is that people think that if you screenshot it, you own the NFT, and that's all it is. So tell me a little bit about that. Why is that so wrong?
Well, it's kind of like you go to a museum and you take a picture of the art, it's not the original piece, and like they can kind of tell you that it's not the original piece. So you can't sell that picture for anything. Like if you have a picture of the Mona Lisa on your phone, that's not the same thing as having the actual Mona Lisa. Like the actual Mona Lisa will sell for like millions of dollars. Your picture is worthless.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's worth 1,000 words.
yeah, but in regarding to NFTs, the ownership is tracked on the blockchain, and in order to transfer the ownership, you need to pay in Ethereum. So it's
Okay, so you just said another term. What actually is blockchain?
Yeah, break it down in layman terms. A lot of people who are watching this have no idea.
Yeah, because I
blockchains.
want to make sure that everybody who
Okay.
listens to this knows exactly like all the different terms. Like
Yeah.
they can learn a lot from this.
So yeah, blockchain is kind of like a ledger accounting system. It's pretty much just like a system of checks to make sure that one person has what they say they have, and they can transfer ownership to someone else. So it's pretty much just code, but it's made in a way that is secure, so that there's no third party that needs to be checking up on it. So that's also why there's no customer service that you can call if you try and send it to the wrong place and it just disappears. Like it's your responsibility essentially.
It's kind of scary.
It is kind of scary, but that's the new tech.
I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Also, you also mentioned a smart contract. So what is a smart contract?
So smart contracts are only on Ethereum right now, I believe. No, there's smart contracts on other blockchains, but let's stick to Ethereum because that's the main one. It's kind of like you can create a set of rules that will like something will execute given a set of rules that you can create. So like NFTs, the smart contract is that if you're trading it, 5% needs to go to the original creator.
Okay.
And that's different than just like, trading a coin back and forth. It's like there's extra sets of rules on it. And smart contracts can like be it doesn't have to just be that. Like it can be like smart contracts can be involved with like digital games, so that there's earn to play stuff, like smart contracts with digital real estate, like transferring of deeds, stuff like that.
Kevin, are you falling asleep?
I'm following. Yeah, I'm listening to everything.
Does it make sense?
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When you bought this NFT, what did it look like? Like, where did you buy it first of all?
Oh, we got to announce it first. So Brandon bought a Mutant Ape NFT, and you made a pretty nice buck on it. But just want to throw that in there.
Yeah. So when I bought this NFT, I bought it off of OpenSea. And OpenSea is kind of like a decentralized exchange, but it's different from like Binance or like these other decentralized. No, but the Binance is not decentralized. It's different from the other decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, where you exchange coins for other coins. It's like a decentralized exchange in the form of like you can sell it and then people can buy it from you, kind of like StockX. Like it's like a bid ask.
You're from StockX.
Yeah, so you see, how the
the
platform, yeah,
It's like second market.
yeah, so people can list it for like what they're willing to sell at, and just have it there, and people can buy it for that price too. And since they're all unique, people aren't necessarily just buying the lowest one. They can go up higher.
So I've seen like certain NFTs allows you or grants you access to certain things. Does your NFT do that? Like Gary Friends, right? He has the NFTs and it allows you to like FaceTime with him or allows you to do certain things. What does the NFT purchase allow you to do?
So my Mutant Ape gives me access to everything that the Bored Ape Yacht Club has, because it's from the same creator. So they have special access to like they have their own events like all over the world. They throw like expensive parties like in New York City, Miami, wherever they gather, where there's like an NFT gathering, the Bored Apes will be there. They also partnered with Adidas, so Adidas made an NFT and they collabed with the Bored Apes, and then Bored Apes and Mutant Apes were the only people that I think could have minted an NFT before everyone else could. Like, so
I'm just gonna while you're going, I'm gonna interrupt you. What does the term minted mean?
Minted means like create from nothing. Like
Okay.
like they made a new token.
So when
essentially.
somebody goes on, if there's a new NFT that's being made, like the creator has like a website, right? And
Yeah.
then they basically, people can connect their wallets to the website and then mint it from there. Buy the NFT from there, mint it from there, and then if they want, they can sell it on OpenSea. Or else if they don't want to sell it on OpenSea, it just gets stored in their wallet.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so essentially the artist creates a smart contract, and then every person who wants to create something from it, they have to mint it, and they pay the gas fees, so that
Yeah. So dive into gas fees too.
well, gas fees are an interesting topic, but I mean like it's essentially how busy the network is, and
To buy
yeah to
these NFTs.
it kind of it's more like on the decentralized exchange. Like the reason that the gas fees are so high is because there are bots that are
No,
competing.
but like, what are gas fees?
Oh, gas fees? I mean, in order to do a transaction on Ethereum, you have to pay a gas fee, and that can range anywhere from like $50 to $400,
So
depending
basically
on
just
how busy
you're
the network
paying
is.
the gas fee to
To
just be on the
transact.
yeah. to be
Yeah,
on the network.
like regardless of how much it costs to mint or how much an NFT costs, you're gonna have to pay a gas fee that is based on how busy the network is at the moment.
Got you. It's interesting. There's a lot of different projects right now that we're seeing. Like Adidas is coming out with their, they didn't announce anything yet. Right?
No.
But they're coming out with the drop. We have all these huge. I don't even know if you call it companies or artists. Like they're artists, right? Not companies.
Well, a lot of artists are creating these things, but then they're
I guess
yeah,
it could
that's
be
both. Yeah, it's both. Yeah.
There's so many. Like, so me personally, I bought my first NFT on January 1st, and then I bought my second one January 2nd, and then my third one on January 3rd. I didn't buy one yesterday though.
No.
But I feel like it's so addicting to like be in the space. Like you're seeing all these different projects. When you want to buy into a project, what do you look for?
What do I look for? First, if people are talking about it on Twitter, if there's like a community behind it that's active and like they're passionate about it for whatever reason, then I will probably see it on my Twitter feed and people are talking about it.
Twitter's huge.
Twitter is where
NFTs.
everyone's talking about everything crypto. And then I look at the Twitter, see how many people are following it. Then I look at the Discord, see how many people are active and are in the Discord. And yeah, essentially those are pretty important. But then at the same time, the developers that are creating the NFT, if it's a long-term project that you want you would like to be successful, they would need good developers that are going to continue to do things for the NFT, or good creators that are just going to like, host events, do whatever.
A great community that I've been seeing is like, well, one that I bought, Little Lemon Friends.
Mhm.
I love that one. You were the person that told me to look into that.
Yeah.
And then the Alien Friends
Mhm.
is another NFT. These are just like projects. So Alien Friends is a project, and they came out with like 10,000 NFTs, I think, right?
Mhm.
And they're already coming out with like, they tweeted something like 2 days ago. We're filming on, what is this, January 5th? 5th, right?
4th.
Okay, so today's the
5th.
whatever. We're shooting on the 4th or the 5th, but 2 days ago they came out with a tweet.
5th is the 5th.
5th, with like, like how Bored Apes had the mutant serum,
Mhm.
right? That was basically allowing the people who had Bored Apes to also have a mutant ape, right?
Yeah.
So they're doing like the same thing, I think, or something like that, because they posted something about it. So you got to see like the good communities and stuff. Some people are in the space to just flip it, like. You know how there's house flippers? There's like NFT flippers too. Like they're just buying NFTs, waiting until it's worth more, and then just flipping it. You got to be careful with that, but that's something they're doing. But to give a quick overview on everything that we said, so if you are looking to buy an NFT, you could go through two routes. One with the minting route, the second with OpenSea. I'm sure there are more, but these are like probably the most,
main ones. Yeah.
Most popular ones. You go on OpenSea, you have to create a Coinbase account and have a Coinbase wallet. What you do is you buy Ethereum on Coinbase or whatever you want to use. You transfer it to your wallet, and then you connect your wallet to OpenSea. And then once you do that, you're going to be able to purchase NFTs and then store them on your wallet.
Yeah, I would say MetaMask is a little better than Coinbase. It's more mainstream in the crypto world, I would say.
And MetaMask, you can use other cryptocurrencies, right?
Yeah,
Aside
yeah. You can switch chains on MetaMask. You can
do Polygon.
yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, so yeah, you can buy Ethereum wherever, probably Coinbase, and then send that Ethereum to your MetaMask or Coinbase wallet. From there, you connect MetaMask to OpenSea, and you're in.
So, do you think that NFTs are a gamble?
In a way, I mean, you can like a lot of it is speculation, and at the core of it, it's like if someone's making a project with 10,000 NFTs, it's like a project with 10,000 tokens. So you want to be careful because maybe someone's holding more tokens than they say that they are. So there's a way to look at it like on Etherscan where you can see how many literal holders there are. Like, you know, probably better if there's more, but it is kind of speculative, and essentially it's like 10,000 illiquid tokens that the price goes up based on if people are willing to sell, but that can change with people's sentiment too.
Yeah, it's all supply and demand. It's all based off of how much demand there is for that NFT.
Yeah.
So, if I'm not mistaken, like, so the price is really driven by how many people want to get into it.
And how low the people who hold it are willing to sell. Like, what are they in it for? Because if everyone's thinking the same thing, if they're just like in it to flip it and they see it going down, then maybe they'll freak out and
then just panic sell.
Yeah.
So I think that's interesting. I have some questions for you about the what do you call it? Some audience members had some questions about for you because you bought the Mutant Ape NFT.
Yeah.
So,
let me pull it up.
Did you buy it because of the hype, or you bought it like because you saw the vision?
I definitely saw the vision, and I also liked the cloud aspect of it because I knew that there was all sorts of artists like buying Bored Apes, and this was a few months ago, so there was less of them. But like, then I realized like this is not going away, and Bored Apes will be, I think, the #1 NFT thing in the world. So I want to be a part of that club.
Gotcha. And when you bought it for. You okay to say?
Yeah.
Everyone could see how much you bought.
Yeah. It's all public information.
Gotcha. But some people feel,
No. Yeah, I bought it for exactly 6.69 Ethereum, and at the time it was worth 30,500 in US dollars. But
You laugh at US dollars.
yeah. Yeah, I try to keep as little as I can in US dollars, honestly.
So what's it worth now?
Right now it's worth about 15 Ethereum, I would say. But it's just had a recent run up, like a crazy run up this past like week or two. So
in US dollars that would equal
US dollars it's about 60,000.
So
15 ETH for
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, 3,800.
3,800. Hold on, let me.
You can check on OpenSea how much it's worth.
3,800 times like 15. You said.
I would say yeah.
But yours is that's like 60, around 60.
So you could sell it right now.
No, it's more than 60. Whatever.
You could sell it right now and basically double what you spent.
Yeah. Like I get offers every day for it. That people try and lowball me a little bit. Like,
what's the highest offer you received, if you don't mind me asking?
The highest offer I received probably like 14 ETH.
Okay, so pretty close.
Yeah, people
So
just
55.
yeah.
55 grand.
So
Yeah.
let me ask you a question. Let's say you know what, like I want to go buy this, I don't know, Porsche or something,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're like, all right, I want to cash out. If you did sell it to that person who offered you that amount, how quickly is the process?
Honestly, if you just list it at the floor price, it'll probably get eaten up.
Really? And
In
then
like a few minutes.
Yeah, because especially with the bigger NFTs like mutants and apes and punks, whatever, like they're pretty liquid. Like the other ones, I would say maybe not as much volume going on there, but recently on OpenSea, mutant apes have been the #1 like with the volume.
And everyone's waiting to just like get in.
Yeah.
Like people
everybody,
are
I
waiting.
feel like everybody wants
Peop-
a Bored
peop-
Ape.
It's
Yeah,
still like a
Bored Ape.
steal at 15
But now
because
it's like 60 grand. It's like, do I buy a Bored Ape or do I like put on another down payment for another house?
Take a
That's
mortgage.
the question that
I
you
say,
have to like.
take a
ask
mortgage
yourself.
out and then you buy one.
Yeah, I guess right. Refinance.
But I think it's a steal because like at
It's a
50,
good selling point. If you want to buy a Bored Ape and you want to cash out refi your house, hit me up.
I think a mutant ape would be a better investment because right now Bored Apes are like 73 ETH for one
Yeah, they're like
minimum.
like almost $300,000, right?
Around, yeah. But like
For an NFT, $300,000. But there's ones that have sold for so much
millions.
money. Yeah,
Millions.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Some like, I still kind of think that's like kind of crazy. I mean, it is crazy, but I think that like, would I spend $300,000 on that? Probably not. All right, I don't know.
But you would hold it until it gets to 300K, right? That's the idea.
We'll just have to cut this out. Yo, Mike. Oh. That's all good. When did that happen? I'll just restart from there.
I have no idea.
We were talking about NFTs for a little bit. All right. What are we looking at for time? We're gonna have to cut this out, I guess.
We still got like 12 minutes.
Okay. So I'm gonna dive into the questions.
Sure.
We'll just cut out the part. All right. So I'm gonna dive into questions. Rapid fire. Ready?
Mhm.
If you could buy any NFT right now, what would it be?
Bored Ape.
Okay.
Why?
Why? Because
You
it's
said why.
Yeah,
because
you
it's cool.
You just said it's cool. You went through like a 5-minute explanation, then you're just like, because it's cool.
At the end of the day, yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
all
why do
right.
you think Future bought one?
Would you ever consider making art for NFTs? How does making art for NFTs work? Like, how could somebody make art for NFTs?
Personally, I'm not an artist. I think if I was going to make an NFT collection, I would partner with a famous artist
Gotcha.
that has made successful NFTs in the past.
And you can basically just, if you have a piece of art, you can just list it on OpenSea, right?
Pretty much,
So
yeah.
you can make your own NFT.
Yeah, you can make your own
I'm
NFT.
about to make real estate and chill NFTs.
You can,
Yo,
yeah,
you can
literally.
make us
The
and
only,
have us have different variations of clothing and different backgrounds. We'd be in different cities.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
If you buy this one.
Wait, that's
you'll
actually a
have
really good
access
idea.
to-
Come on the show.
yeah.
I mean, that's really like. I
Well,
mean, that's nobody's gonna pay 30
yeah.
grand for that, but like, all right.
It'll happen in time.
Yo, we should. All right, we're all here. We're gonna figure something out with that. You guys gonna help us with that. What is your favorite celebrity NFT?
Celebrity NFT? Like, which celebrity has...
Yeah.
Oh, probably Future. He's got a Bored Ape. Or, actually, maybe now it's Lil Baby. He's got a Mutant Ape.
So that's your favorite because you have the same one. Like,
Yeah,
you guys have
yeah.
similar ones.
Yeah.
Predictions on which NFT will go to the moon?
Mutant
All
Apes.
right, give me one.
Oh,
Give me another one beside
Another
Mutant
one? Let me think. Right now, I would say...
It's not financial advice. This is what
Yeah, this is not
he
financial
is
advice.
personally investing in because he thinks that he will make a good return on it.
I think I like Crypto Mauries, but I'm biased because I bought into it.
I like Crypto Warriors too.
Yeah.
That one's a cool one. Okay.
They're at 1 ETH now.
Hit the 1E4.
Yeah.
Were you high when you bought it?
No. No.
I love how somebody asked that.
This is a family show.
That's what somebody asked. I'm just asking the question.
Very clear-headed. I was nervous, but I did it.
Last question. How much would you sell your Bored Ape NFT for right now? Realistic.
Realistically, right now, 200K. But if the time comes, I'd probably hold.
Really? So right now, if somebody offered you 150 for it, you would say no.
Yeah. Yeah.
150 US dollars?
Yeah. No, 150K.
150,000.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you wouldn't sell it if I offered you $150,000.
Well, actually, if you offered it to me right now, then yeah, I'd buy way more. I'd
Yeah,
buy
exactly,
like
that's what
3
I'm
more.
saying. I was like,
I'd buy
wait,
3
what?
more. Yeah.
So what's your goal? Like, your goal is to hold on to this, and then when it skyrockets, obviously sell it?
Yeah, or hopefully I can leverage that and the community to a point where I don't have to, because now I'm part of the community with the Bored Apes and Mutant Apes, and so I have hundreds of them that follow me on Twitter, and I'm hoping that like I can create something out of it, because
You're really paying for the community.
a lot
too.
of
That's
very
kinda
rich
like,
crypto people,
Create what,
yeah.
though? Like, because a lot of people who are tuning in and have no idea, like, old community and anything else that's going on. So, like, create what?
Well, that's the part I haven't figured out yet. I'm still building up my following, but I mean, say I have a bunch of very rich crypto people follow me. It's a very niche field that I'm interested in. So who knows? I can make my own NFT. I can partner with people and create an NFT project.
Yo,
I can,
if you make your own NFT, you have to give me like 10
Yeah.
for free. At least.
I can create a coin that maybe has some real utility and do it. I can maybe make merch or some sort of business, you know?
Okay. All right. So last thing we got to dive into is, before we go into virtual real estate, explain to me what the metaverse is.
So the metaverse, I mean, we've already seen like things of the metaverse, like, you know, Grand Theft Auto. It's a form of the metaverse, kind of like Minecraft, stuff like that. The thing that's changing is that the metaverse it's in 2D. It's going to become 3D, and it's going to incorporate NFTs, digital property.
But like, what's the point of it?
What's the point of it? The point of it, I guess, is that now that there's blockchain and there's digital scarcity, so now if there's a metaverse, you can own things in it, such as land, such as clothes. You can create people like in the metaverse. They have land that they rent out, and they actually are like
so you can get rental.
yeah, they're landlords there. Or say like Elon Musk has an event in the metaverse, and 5,000 people go there, and then the event ends. Everyone goes outside of it. Whoever owns the land next to it can create an advertisement that's 5,000 eyes will see, and people can directly click on the advertisement. It takes them to the webpage. Or they can start a business on top of a piece of land that they own and partner with a food business, and then like get food ordered to their house from the metaverse, or have a museum and just show their art and maybe get money from people paying to see it.
That's interesting. Going to the metaverse, ordering food, and then it showing up to your house.
You ever watch the movie Surrogates with Bruce Willis?
No.
Oh,
But the
Have you
metaverse is
watched
kind of
Ready
like
Player One?
yeah,
Is that kind of what it's like?
Have
you seen that?
That's the goal.
Ready Player One is a sick movie.
That's the goal of the metaverse, essentially, to have all of those features, but with blockchain.
Oh, I don't know if did you know about the NFT that is copying not copying, but like kind of making their NFT like the Ready Player One. I think it's like Tokyo something.
No.
I think there's something. There's like an NFT that's like basically like you basically have to do like a bunch of code to get certain things, and then it'll like grant you NFTs or something like that. Relevant, but okay. So next thing, virtual real estate. So you talked a little bit about it. Do you buy it the same way that you buy NFTs, or like how does that work?
Yeah, actually, you can think of it like a parcel of land. Like there's a block of land that, you know, people can buy, and those are listed on OpenSea too. If you just look up like Decentraland Sandbox, you'll see that like the minimum that you can buy a parcel of land for is like around $14,000.
So like, what does that parcel of land do for you? That could be like a store or something. Like be like
you
a
can
house.
build in 1 hour you can build a skyscraper on top of it, and there's no regulations to what you can do. Like the rules are made up by the landowners, because there's like this thing called a decentralized autonomous organization. We'll call it a DAO, and that's essentially like there's no centralized part. Like in say Grand Theft Auto, there's a centralized party making all the decisions and rules.
Wait, so repeat that again. Decentralized autonomous
Organization.
That's called a DAO.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's essentially the people control, the community, people, landowners control the rules of the metaverse with voting rights based on a token that is for that metaverse. So there can be different metaverses like Decentraland or Sandbox, and they're like different countries, you could say, with different rules. And so the landowners or the people, the token holders, are the ones that vote for different rules and changes within this metaverse.
It's a lot of information to take in at the same time. Kevin, do you have any
Does that make
questions
sense?
for him? Anything that he just said, do you have any questions on anything?
Somebody asked, like, give me 1 second. How will the smart contract work into real estate, like that you mentioned?
Oh,
before?
that's a good question, because that's what Gary Vee talks about. He says that you can list a house. Like I watched an episode of him on the on My First Million, and he was basically saying how people in the future would potentially like sell their house like as an NFT. Like they would still have the house, but like it would sell as like an NFT, so they could still make money off of it, like residually.
Yeah.
Shout out to Paul for that question. He's the one who sent that.
That was a good question.
So, yeah, I mean, eventually in the future, I think that they're going to move to, like, putting house deeds and stuff like that on the blockchain, but that's being done already in the metaverse. So, like, in the metaverse, you can sell your piece of land or whatever to anyone in the world. Like, you just list it on OpenSea, people will pay you in cryptocurrency. And, like, you can't really do that with, like, physical real estate. It has to be someone in the area. But with the scarcity and the digital aspect there, with the metaverse, it's like there's opportunity for anything pretty much. So whatever you can imagine, you can probably put it on there and create a business out of it, or just for enjoyment.
I think the interesting like part about it is like, say for example, like somebody were to list their house as an NFT. I mean, well, sell their house as an NFT. I don't know the correct terminology for it. If they keep getting, let's say they get like 2% royalty or whatever, right? And then the next person who buys it also sells it as an NFT, and they also get a 2%. Can it work like that or no? Is it only the original person who sells the NFT gets a 2%, or like if you own the house, then I bought it from you, and then we sold it to Kevin, like you get 2%, I get 2%. Like, does it work like that or no?
I mean, in theory it could, but I would say like the way that would work is like the 2% should go to the people that built the house, But right now that sort of system doesn't exist with houses because there's all like the legal stuff. So like in order to verify the deed, there would need to be like a centralized party to make sure that this is like real.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but if the money's transferred in Ethereum, then that's one thing.
It's crazy how Bored Apes are selling for more than some houses.
Yeah.
What's the most expensive NFT before we wrap up?
The most expensive
Like
NFT?
the single. Do you know like the biggest transaction? I know virtual land sold for $2.4 million.
Yo, Snoop Dogg has his own land, his own little space. No, I was reading that the other day.
Oh yeah. He partnered with Sandbox to create a mansion. He created a mansion on Sandbox, as just a digital real estate thing, so that people can go there,
He's gonna be
talk to
doing
him.
concerts and everything like that.
Yeah, and people are buying the land around his mansion too.
Yeah, one guy spent $450,000.
Yeah.
On the plot next door.
Oh no, land has sold for like millions on the metaverse already.
Yeah, 2.4.
Mm-hmm.
Is it more than 2.4 now?
I don't know.
No.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like I feel like you have to spend so much time like diving into it. It's not something like this is like introductory stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
like,
we're scraping the surface right now.
There's so much that you have to know. Like always do your due diligence before you invest in something. For me personally, I spent 3 days doing this nonstop, just like researching everything, asking you questions every 2 seconds. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy my first one. But like, I feel like to anybody, like just always do your research and make sure that like we could feel some type of way about it. Like we might think something, but you might think otherwise. And it's all really speculation. Nobody knows what's going to happen in the future, right? It could have a 99% chance of working, and then that 1% could happen and it might not work. But depends on how you feel. So, yeah. Any other questions for Brandon while we have him here?
I'm tapped out.
But all right. So thank you for coming, Brandon.
Of course, it was
Anything
a pleasure.
you want to leave with our viewers?
Invest in digital assets.
Yo, you can't give financial advice.
No, digital assets. That could be crypto.
advice.
That could be NFTs. It could be anything. I'd say look into it because it's not going anywhere.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was the newest episode of the Real Estate and Chill podcast. We will see you next time. Nice.
Thank you for tuning in to the Real Estate and Chill podcast with James Chaudhry and Kevin Iglesias. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, share this with your friends, your enemies, your mother-in-law. No, seriously, this podcast is so fucking good, you might want to tell your ex. See you next time.